Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. In this video, I'm going to share my heartbreak story with you and how to manifest anything and anyone using EFT tapping. I'll start with my story. I'm going to be as open and vulnerable and honest as possible because I want you to know where I was and where I am now. I healed a lot of the pain that comes with heartbreak and my childhood wounds and my triggers using tapping. Okay, but before we begin, I want you to know that this is my story based off of my perception and what I went through. This is not a video where I make myself look like the good person and all of my previous partners look like the bad people, because it's actually quite the opposite. One of the reasons why I was able to heal my wounds and triggers was because I took responsibility for myself. I didn't blame anybody. I didn't blame any of my exes. I went within and I worked on myself. So I do not hate any of my previous partners, and especially not this recent one, because he taught me the most valuable lesson in life. The importance of coming back to myself, of loving myself, trusting myself, and prioritizing myself. Maybe I could have learned all this on my own, but probably it would have taken me longer. So he was definitely some sort of angel that was sent to help me learn my lessons and heal my wounds. Okay, so this happened a year ago now, September 2022. Time flies when you're having fun. But I'm obviously in a much better headspace. I'm no longer sad about the things that I am going to be talking about. I don't hold any grudges, no anger or anything towards my ex. I have completely healed myself. I'm so happy with where I am in life. And that's why a year later, I can share my story. Okay, so where do I begin? I guess we can talk about why I decided to walk away from that relationship and what happened towards the end of it. I will not share details, obviously, for privacy reasons and to respect them as well, but I will share the moments I knew that it was over. So in April of last year, I felt that we were becoming two different people, looking for two different things. And what I realized from my healing journey was how difficult it was for me to accept that this person did not want to be in a relationship with me. I had a lot of inner child issues of rejection and abandonment. So the more that he drifted away from me, the more I wanted to prove my worth. And the more I focused on him and gave him everything I could, because I needed his validation. I needed his love and his attention to prove that I was worthy. So a big part of my journey is healing that unworthiness, rejection, and abandonment wound. And I think in April of last year, I was so sick and tired of trying to prove my worth to this person, but I still couldn't let go because I had a lot of unhealthy attachments to him. And it took me a few months to muster up the courage to finally walk away. But I did that in September 2022. And it was probably one of the hardest and the best things I ever did for myself. It was so painful, but it allowed me to meet myself deeper. And I left him before I was ready, right? I wasn't ready to stop talking to this person. I mean, I was talking to them like every single day for almost 5 years. And then suddenly it was nothing. And I think that was a shock to my system as well. But I stuck to it. I made a commitment to myself that this journey was going to be about me. And I don't care where he is, who he's with, what he's doing. I'm just going to go within and I'm going to heal myself. And I didn't care that towards the end of this relationship, he was basically a different person, which I guess happens a lot in breakups, right? The person that you fell in love with is never the person that you break up with. So I had to get out of that victim mindset of this person left me, this person didn't care about me, didn't want me, didn't choose me. I stopped thinking those thoughts. I stopped making it mean anything negative about me. I just focused on the issue, that I had a lot of these triggers from my childhood. I was not very close to my dad growing up, and I understand that a lot of my pain came from that. I had a lot of limiting beliefs and subconscious programming around love and relationships, and I felt truly unworthy of being in a loving and healthy relationship. And I had to take responsibility for that. It was hard because I wanted to blame him. It's so much easier. And of course, he had his part to play as well. He wasn't exactly the best, but I had a role to play as well. So the entire month of September, I was just sulking and crying and feeling sorry for myself. And there was this one night where I was missing him, and I started to look through our old photos, and I was gravitated towards this one photo, which was a screenshot that he had taken and sent to me back in 2020. So this was in 2022 when I saw this photo again. And of course, I had seen this photo many times before, but this time I was really able to see it for what it was. So we were on a video call, and if you have an iPhone, you can see the app that this person was on before they picked up the call. And I saw that on the top left corner, the app that he was on was Tinder. To say that I was shocked and speechless is an understatement, because I was deeply hurt. I started questioning everything. I felt like the whole relationship was a lie, that he never cared about me. He never loved me. Because if he did, why would he be swiping on Tinder when we were still kind of together? You know, I mean, we were in a long distance relationship, so I guess it was easy for him to, you know, like swipe and date or whatever, who knows. But in that moment, I knew that I needed to take my healing seriously. Because at this point, I thought that there was still some hope of getting back together. But I think after seeing that screenshot, it was like the universe showing me that this is over. And I was so angry at the time and so sad. But at this point, we weren't even talking anymore. So I couldn't even ask him. I wanted to so badly, but I couldn't, because I just knew that the answers I was looking for would not come from him. Because the person that hurts you will not be the person that heals you. I was going to heal me. So in that moment, I made a promise to myself that I was going to stop focusing on him and just be with me. I also made a promise to have zero distractions. That means no dating apps, no talking to any other men, no seeking validation outside of me. I was going to learn to give all of this to myself. Because we live in a mirror universe. The more I focus on me, the more others will reflect that back to me. And in this previous relationship, the way that my ex was treating me was really the way that I was treating myself. I was not respecting my needs. I was not valuing myself. I put his needs above mine. And as a result, I felt really underappreciated. I was not a priority. Clearly, he was dating around while talking to me. So, you know, I feel like he didn't really care for our relationship. And that was a hard pill to swallow. That the person that I was in love with all this time didn't really want to commit to me. And I never stopped to ask him if this was what he wanted or even what I wanted. Now that I look back, if I had been conscious, I would have probably not moved forward with this relationship, because we were both just, I think, cruising around, and we found each other and things just unfolded, and both of us were very unconscious about it. But that's how I found tapping. I basically gave myself 30 days to tap on my inner child traumas and pain. I tapped on feeling unworthy and rejected and abandoned, feeling like I was uncared for, like I wasted my time with this person. I had a lot of self-forgiveness work to do, because I gave so much to him and I got less than bare minimum in return. I mean, I had to beg him for communication sometimes, you know? So I look back now and I'm like, what was I thinking? You know, like, where was my self-worth? This person clearly did not like me as much as I liked them. And he didn't want to be with me. But it was so hard to see that back then, because I was clouded by my own pain, I think. But now that I can see clearly, I feel so grateful that I don't have to deal with men like that anymore, because the people I'm dating now are so clear in their communication with me. They make sure I know that they're into me and I don't even have to question it. And also, they're all very emotionally available. I'm glad that tapping did this to me, because I would have been so unconscious of this pattern and just attract another person with the same traits. Because again, we live in a mirror universe. So after the 30 days of tapping, I felt like I neutralized so much. I stopped feeling like a victim. I stopped blaming him. I understood my part in the breakup. And honestly, I was quite shocked at how fast it shifted my energy, because just 30 days before that, I was crying every day. I was playing victim. I was blaming him. I was repeating all of the past hurt and pain. I couldn't get out of that negative loop. But tapping really helped me see things clearly. It helped me to see him for who he really is. I stopped wanting to change him or fixate myself on the potential of him and the relationship. And instead, I was able to accept where I was, where he was. Two different people wanting two different things. He wanted to date other people, and I wanted commitment. Very different things. Also, I should probably talk a little bit about tapping. If you don't know what it is, it's basically psychological acupuncture. Many people call it acupuncture without the needles. And the idea is to tap on certain meridian points like this in your body to disrupt negative emotions and to release limiting subconscious beliefs. Because when you are tapping, you are going straight to your subconscious mind, which is where all of your thoughts, beliefs, and autopilot emotions live. And it's a very powerful technique. I have over 100 people now inside my program Become Magnetic, learning to self-regulate and self-soothe themselves using tapping. And honestly, these people inside my program, sure, they want their exes back, but what they're really learning is how to come back home to themselves. Because you cannot manifest your ex back if you don't manifest a new version of you. If you're just waiting for your person to change without wanting to do any of the work yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're operating from a victim mindset. You're basically saying, I just want them to change and come back as this new version that loves me, but I don't want to do anything to change myself. I tell the women and men inside my program all the time that you cannot successfully create a new relationship with your person if you don't take responsibility for yourself. Because this work is not about anyone else. I know, I've been where you are. I've been obsessed with my ex. It's not attractive. Trust me, it's not a good look. You need to remember who you are. You don't need anyone else to give you stability and love and happiness and care and attention. You can learn to give that to yourself. So if you want to manifest your ex back using tapping, tap on your wounds. Release your limiting beliefs on love and relationships. Find out what they are. How do you view other people in relationship with you? And how do you view yourself in relationships? What are some of your beliefs about love? About how you deserve to be treated in relationships? What do you believe you deserve? How do you view men or women? Do you believe they're all cheaters? That they're not trustworthy? Because if you're walking around with that kind of programming, guess what you'll attract more of? People who are cheaters. People who can't be trusted. People who are emotionally unavailable. So stop focusing on your ex. They do not hold the key to your healing, please. You need to give yourself a reality check. What brought you here in the first place? Why are you the way you are? Get to know yourself. Don't worry about what your ex is doing. I promise you, if you want them back, you can have them back. But don't you want a better relationship? And not just repeating the same things, because it's exhausting. And the people inside my program, they're not just experiencing external shifts, like their exes, texting them back after months, but they're also experiencing internal wins. They have peace of mind, and tapping has given them their power back, and they're learning how powerful they are and who they truly are. Because this work is not meant to be temporary. I teach you how to heal permanently. And of course, triggers will still happen, but you have the tools to always come back to yourself. I'm so glad I found tapping, because now I don't have to deal with men who don't value me. I know who I am. If another man leaves me now for someone else or says that they're not ready for a relationship, I will gladly say thank you. Please leave. I'm good. Because I know it's not about me. I know who I am. I'm beautiful, worthy, and important. I don't need a man to tell me that. And you don't need that too. So wake up and remember who you are. because nobody is going to remember that for you. It needs to come from you and within you. It is possible to get your ex back. Trust me, I can help you. But more importantly, I want you to love your life. You are not put on this earth to manifest your ex or focus all of your energy on them. Please know this. And stop acting small. Stop pretending like you don't have the power to change your reality. You are the creator of your reality, and you need to start acting like it. Because this victim mindset and playing small and waiting for your ex to text you back, stop doing that. I know I sound harsh, but I can't hear another woman tell me that they're wasting their life because a man is not texting them. Listen to yourself. There is so much more to life. Pick a hobby. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your life. Your ex is not going anywhere, because the more you love yourself and your life, the more they will fall in love with you. Be your own person. Don't just live for them. What kind of an exhausting life is that? Stop wondering who they're with, what they're doing. Let them be. Just let them live without you for a little bit. Let them date around. Who cares? You date around too. Meet other people. Tap into your own source of joy and happiness. And for God's sake, stop saying it is hard. Start saying it is possible for me. I know it's hard, but I can and I will heal. I know it hurts, but I can sit with this discomfort. I'm strong. I can do this. And I choose temporary discomfort for long-term benefit. Stop manifesting a text because your brain is just wanting temporary dopamine hit. Start making serious changes from within. Change your self-concept, who you are at your core. And yes, you can do this with tapping. You acknowledge all of your emotions while tapping on these meridian points, and you just let it all out. And once you let all these limiting beliefs out, you will operate under a new programming. You will naturally not attract these types of men. You will naturally love your life, and you won't even wonder what your ex is doing. You'll fall in love with yourself, and you will want better for you. So don't do this work just to get your ex back. Do this work to get yourself back, your true, authentic self. Because what do you have to lose? What are you afraid of? Losing them? Let them go. Be more concerned about losing yourself and not being able to recognize yourself. That scares me more. I don't care about losing them. I know I can have them back if I want to. I don't take any of my exes back because once the chapter is done, for me, it's done. But that's why it was hard for me to leave this ex in the first place, because I knew once I was done, I was done. I will not see him again. I will not take him back. And at the time, that was a terrifying thought because I was so in love with him. But I did the hard work, and I'm so proud of that version of me that did the hard thing, because I am here now because of her. I'm happy with where I am and what I'm doing. And I want you to know that this is possible for you too. Okay? That was my sermon. That was my TED Talk. But if you need support, I'm here for you. You can join the program, Become Magnetic. The link is below in the description box. And I just want you to know that if you're in this dark period, you will be okay. You will make it out alive. I want you to know that you are more in control than you think. You are not being punished for feeling this way. You're going through this because you're being called to come back home to yourself. To realize that there is nobody on this planet, in this universe, that can make you feel good about yourself but you. You do it first to you, and when others do it, it's a beautiful bonus. And also realize that going through a heartbreak does feel like death. I talked about this a little bit on my TikTok. It feels like death because a part of you is dying. The old version of you is dying. I realized in my journey that I kept on repeating that to my friends that, this feels like I'm dying. And now I look back, I'm like, it's because a part of me did die. Old versions of being and old thought patterns died. I killed off that version of me. And I had to hold a funeral for, all those past versions of me. I am her, she is me, will always be connected, but I am so far removed from that version. But if it weren't for that version being brave enough to kill off those ways of thinking and being, I wouldn't be here. So I have so much love for that version of me because she did the hard thing. And now I'm reaping the rewards, right? So connecting to your future self is also very powerful when you're going through a breakup. And if you feel like you are dying, I know how it feels. I've been there. It hurts, but you will be okay. And just know that the only reason you're feeling this way is because you are stepping into a new version of you. So sit in this discomfort. This is why tapping helps. It's a tool to self-regulate, to calm your nervous system, to come back to your body, feel safe in your body. So just know that you have the tools and you have the support. You're not doing this alone. You can always message me and become magnetic, because there are beautiful men and women in there that will hold you through this journey. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to anybody that you think might benefit from this message. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.